my tripod back. And I don't want y'all to be like looking all over there, but yeah. What's up, YouTube? You already know it's your girl Sanaa, aka aka Nana, aka Nye, back at again with another video. And to right by the title, you already know what we're doing, what we're talking about. And it has to be done because people need to understand that it is not okay to put people money, people's time. Like, it's very unprofessional for somebody to be having their own business and not being able to keep up with it or manage it the right way. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So this is the tea about my prom dress. Go ahead, grab yourself some snacks, you feel me? Go get you a little blunt, whatever you need for real, to sit back and listen to what the hell I got to say about this messed up company and man and what he did to my prom dress. I had prom May 26th, okay? We went to a guy called his name is Michael, but his I guess his brand is or company is called the Glam Box. He do hair, dresses, cool. So we went to him. Me and my mother went to him in January, because she wanted to get it done way before the time so we could have the dress before prom. So when we went to where his shop is, and for our first fitting, which was in January, okay. So we went there, and the first thing he asked me was, he said, what's your, what do you want the dress to look like? So I gave him a piece of paper that my grandmother printed out for me because I wanted to, like, you know what I'm saying, give him, just you know, let him have a piece of paper so you can don't have to ask me, oh, can you send it again or something like that? Like, you have the paper. So I'm going to put it here, but that's the, like, what I wanted the dress to look like. Not color-wise, I wanted it to be gold and green, and yeah, but I wanted it to look like that, and maybe the tail part, the mermaid part, be longer, okay? So that's what I told him. He measured me, he asked me how long I wanted the dress, all the other stuff. That's what we did that day. We then set another fitting for February, okay? So we set the fitting. My mother gave him his first payment. Mind you, this dress was about $1,500, a cool 15, I think, I'm pretty sure, or 14, one of those, $1,400 or $1,500 is how much we paid for this dress, okay? But she gave him the first payment, right? Boom. So after that, February came, we went back to his shop for our second fitting. And so we're looking through the window, and there's only a girl there. So we knock in. She opens the door for us. She's like, oh, are you here for Michael? I said, yeah. She said, you got a hair appointment? I said, no, we're here for my second fitting. And so she was like, oh, okay. So some time went by. We're still sitting there. And so she was like, oh, I think you should call Michael. And so we like, okay. So my mom tries texting him, calling him. He's not answering his phone. So we're just sitting there looking around, waiting, like looking dumb. Like, time is just going by. He finally calls and was like, oh, hey, I wasn't feeling so good. I stayed home. I haven't been to work, and I forgot that I even had y'all down for an appointment because I put the appointment in my notes and not in my calendar, so I forgot. And so that's strike number one. So I'm like, okay, because that's not my problem. Like respectfully, I feel like it's not the client's problem that you were not responsible on what you needed to put in your calendar to make sure you had to do what you had to do to get what you need to get done. But understanding that you're sick, that's an okay thing, but you need to let people know ahead of time because gas is not cheap. Gas is not cheap. You feel me? So we're like, okay, we rescheduled. So we're coming back on another February. And this time he said, I got all my stuff, all of my sewing stuff is at my house. So I'm going to just give you my address. Y'all come there. That's where I do all my dresses at. We said, okay. February come, the second time, we went downstairs. He measured me again. And then he was asking me like, oh, what does the dress look like? Can you show me a picture again? I said, I gave you a print out picture. He's like, oh yeah. So he finds it. So we talk more about the pieces. And he was like, I'm going to send you some pieces and stuff for you to look at so you can like tell me which one you want me to get when I go get your fabrics and stuff. So I'm gonna show y'all all the things he sent me, but I didn't like any of them for real. I thought most of them looked really cheap. I really was not feeling some of them. Most of them just wasn't eating. But yeah, so he sent them to me, and I liked one of the fabrics for the bottom piece of my dress, which was the silk emerald green, which he was like, okay, cool. But the pieces I wasn't really feeling. So it was this one piece that we talked about, which was the piece I actually wore the day of my prom. And I was talking to him about the piece. I said, I think this is okay, but I just don't like how bulky it is on the sides and stuff. I feel like it's very tacky and cheap. So what he told me was, oh, we can cut it out and add like some emerald green rhinestones and make it flow into the dress, make it look real nice. I said, okay, we can do that. We scheduled our third fitting. And so when we scheduled our third fitting, he sent me like all these fabrics and all that other stuff. And then he texted me March 20th at 9:48 p.m. said, how are you tonight? I'm suggesting we pick another gold rhinestone box. I think the one you chose isn't giving me enough. I'm going to send more. Also, relook at the ones I gave prior. I said, agreed. The original one that is on the picture I gave you, I like a lot. Which was, once again, that blue dress. I said, I really like that, right? So, he said, resend it. I resent it. He sent me some more and said, show. He sent me some more and said, show me. I sent him the picture of the dress. I said, but in gold, of course. And he said, it's basically the same piece, but gold, zoom in. So the piece he showed me, it was the same design, but it was yellow. So I said, yes, I see that, but that's more of a yellow gold, but it's the same design. He said, okay, give me a second. He never texted me back. So March 21st, I said, hello, I'm at your house, and you're not here, and we had an appointment at 6:30 p.m. Right? That was our third turn. He said, how are you? I apologize. On my way from New York was fabric shopping. I have to reschedule you. My apologies. Mind y'all, I do not live on the east side. Okay? He lives on the east side. So that drive, that is a bop. Like, it's not like, oh, you're 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes down the street. No, you're a little ways. You feel me? So I'm looking at my mother like, oh, he said that he's going to have to reschedule. So my mother texted him, he rescheduled. We rescheduled again. So March 22nd, I think that's the same day. No, it's a different day. So March 22nd, he said, good morning, how are you? At 10:59 a.m., he said, good morning, how are you? I rescheduled for the 28th. I said, okay. And then March 28th, I texted him at 6:08 p.m. I said, we are on our way. He said, hello, how are you? And okay, great. I said, hello, we are outside. March 28th, we had our fitting again, okay? Our third fitting. So that's January, February, March. Mind y'all, he said my dress will be done in April. You feel me? So we're in there March 28th. He's measuring me again. But this time he has like one fabric piece for my top part. So that's what he put on me. He put that fabric piece on me. He made a little adjustments. He said, okay, April 4th, he said, hey, boo, hi, I'm moving your last fitting and pick up to next Tuesday anytime after 4 because the one we originally did, I guess he couldn't do it no more. So I told him to text my mom. I said, okay. He said, can we do Wednesday at 5:30? He said, yes. He said, yes, Wednesday, but maybe later. Let me check. I said, so then March 6th comes. I said, hey, did you find a good time? And then I got no response back. So then April 21st, I said, hello, how are you? Contacted you for an update on the dress. April 22nd, he said, good morning, how are you? Yes, it will be this week. You and Kayla. So Wednesday is good for me. So Kayla, yo, I'm not even, that's another story time, but Kayla, she got a dress too. Yeah, so Kayla was picking up her dress too. I was supposed to be picking up my dress. So he said, so Wednesday is good for me. I said, April 23rd, I said, okay, great, what time? He said, 6 p.m. is good. I said, okay, thank you. So I texted him again. I said, hey, what's your address again? Because I had to have somebody else take me because my mom couldn't take me. He said, how are you? And he told me his address. He said, I have to move one last time to tomorrow at 6 p.m. Today isn't good. I'm having some personal issues right now. My apologies for any inconvenience. Thank you. This is like his like third, fourth time having us like reschedule, being somewhere, and he's not where he needs to be. Like, it's getting over, and I'm starting to get irritated. Me and my mother both starting to get irritated. So I'm like, this dress better be worth it. We came to you in January and you're charging us $1,500. We better have a dress. Like, I'm not even playing no more. And so my mom's like, yeah. And I said, I feel like we need a refund. Like, we need some money back because we should not, $1,500 and you can't even stay on schedule. You have us rescheduling. You have us keep coming up here and you're not here. Like, it's not eating. So my aunt texted him through my phone and said, hi, this is her aunt. I'm sorry that it's going through something, but what if we aren't available tomorrow? It's coming down to the wire for prom, and we need to make sure everything is right. He said, I understand if not tomorrow, Sunday. I leave room for alterations. She said, I understand, but you are assuming we have availability. Her mom works, so I may need to bring her, and Sunday I'm in church. Prom is 3 weeks away. He said, understood. She'll have it this week. Sunday is best early. She should be taking it home. So she said, okay, I hope so. He said, definitely. My apologies. She said, thank you. He said, you're welcome. And then I said, can we do 2 p.m. Sunday? He said, yes. April 30th, I said, hey, I'm here. Like, he wasn't at the house. He was not there. He did not come. So I said, hey, can we do Tuesday? What time works best for you? No reply. This is still April 30th at 3:54. Then I texted him May 2nd. I said, hey, what time works best for you today? Tuesday, that same day, he texted me at 9:12 a.m. and said, how are you? Today isn't working for me. I'll text you in a few days for pickup. My cousin just passed away last night. I said, sorry for your loss and okay. And then May 11th, I said, good morning. I hope all is well. How's everything going? He said, good morning. It's done. You can come today. I said, okay, I'll be there at 6 p.m. Yo, I came at 6 p.m. and let me show you what the fuck my dress looked like. Because he knew damn well that he had no rights to do that. Because he basically, like, rushed the dress. He rushed it. But I'm going to put the picture here. But he rushed the fuck out my dress. Because that's not, no, absolutely not. Because why does it look like that? We did not tell him to put feathers on the dress. He put feathers on the dress anyway. It was so much going on. But, so, I was feeling off about it, right? When I was there. My mistake was I left out there without saying, like, well, I still said how I felt. Because I was like, I don't know, the feathers is throwing me off. And so my grandmother, she's in there too. And she was like, oh, I think it looks good. It's real different. He was like, yeah, it's real different. I want to do something different because, you know, everybody do this type of design. And so I'm like, maybe once everything put together, it might look right. You feel me? My grandma, like, she's hyping my head up. She's like, yeah. So I take the dress home. You feel me? And so now I'm feeling iffy about it. But at the same time, y'all got to understand, like, I've been waiting for this dress for like months, and it's getting down to the wire. I don't have time for him to start this dress all over again because it's not giving how much we paid for it. So I take it. My mother sees the dress. She's very upset. I'm upset. Everybody's upset. We're all upset. Like my aunt JJ, she works at the school that I just graduated from. But anyway, she works there, and she was like trying to get help to find another dress. Like, I had my counselors helping me. I had the principal helping me find a dress for prom. Like, it was crazy because it's just no reason why this dress looked like that. So she wound up calling him and was like, I don't know why you did this to this dress. Basically just saying, like, not no disrespectful way, but he was like, I'm so tired of everybody calling me about this dress. Like, y'all gotta understand, I don't work for nobody. I don't, like, work under anybody's time or nothing like that. She thought I was working under her time. Like, she just was doing too much and this, that, and the third. That's what he told my aunt. So I'm like, so when she told me that, I'm like, I'm very confused because you had us coming to your house, not there. You had us rescheduled so many times. We made sure, like, I showed you this picture in January, and you're telling me this is the outcome of the dress, and we sent you all, like, you had your full on payment before we even got our dress. We did the dress in 3 payments. So every time we actually saw him and he was, like, doing the dress or whatever, like, for our, for my fitting, we paid him. We paid him. He got his full on $1,500, and we got this shitty ass dress. You feel me? So, mind y'all, his other work was good, but it's the fact that I feel like it wouldn't have been a problem if you could have just said, like, if it wasn't just like money be on people's minds too much. Like, if you can't do something, don't do it. Don't try to do it just because there's money involved. Like, don't do that. Because now you're playing with somebody's money. And if you fuck around with the wrong person, like, somebody could really come in there and hurt you for some shit like this. $1,500 ain't no pocket change, shorty. Like, that's money. You feel me? And you're sitting here giving me this bullshit-ass dress. And no. Just no. Like, you just shouldn't have never did it. You should have just said that you couldn't did it. You couldn't do it. And we could have just kept it pushing. You feel me? Like, this was so unnecessary. Like, you wasted my time and my money. Honestly, how I feel. But I was trying everything. I was looking for people to fix it, seeing how much it would cost for somebody to fix it. But nobody, literally everybody I wanted, like, most of the people I was going to, they was like, they didn't even want to touch the dress because they didn't want it to be like, damn, I just fucked up the dress even more type of thing. You feel me? So a lot of people didn't really want to put their hands on the dress because it was given like an unfixable type of thing. I was like, is that bad? Like, so we went to somebody else called, I think his name is West or something like that. I think everybody call him West, but it's like his thing is West Taylor's. He do dresses or whatever, and it was he does really good dresses. And so me and my aunt, we went down there to see if he can come fix it. I put the dress back on. I start seeing all these other like ifs about it. He put these big ass rhinestones, yellow rhinestones on the gold piece, so it makes the dress look like yellow. So now it don't look gold, it looks yellow. He left a cut piece near the boob so that he didn't cut it like the way he should have to make it look good. There was holes in my dress. There was stitches hanging out. The feathers was so fucking tacky. Like, yeah, I could stick my finger through the applique in the mermaid part. Like, it's just bad. It was so much going on. It looked like rhinestones was falling off and everything. It just was not eating. So Wes said that he could take the whole applique off and put a whole new applique on. But the problem with the application, also, it was heavy. Like, the applique was very heavy. So it's like, it's not like how an applique is supposed to look. It's supposed to look real, like, light and, like, some, you know, y'all know what the applique, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it's supposed to look like. But it was not, it was heavy. So it made the dress look, it was bulky. Some parts was, like, bent. It was, like, not laying on my chest right. Titties could have been flying out. It was just not giving what it was supposed to get. So he said he could take it off, put a whole new on. He said to buy the applique is probably going to be like $120. To put it on, he's going to charge $2 something. So altogether, it was like $300 something. So we like, okay, boom. So he was like, all right, I'm going to go to, he told us that he was going to go to the fabric store in New York on Saturday and call me so I can look at like the different appliques and pick another one. I said, okay. We both said, okay. I kept the dress. We kept moving. Why did Michael call me as soon as I left West's place? And mind y'all, Wes said that he knew Michael. Because he was like, yeah, Michael did this. And he was like, Michael did this? And we was like, yeah. And he was like, he was just shaking his head. He looked stressed out. Like, he looked stressed out that he even had to put his hands on somebody else's work that he knew. So he called me. He was like, hi, Sana, how are you? I said, I'm fine. So he was like, oh, I was calling you to check up on you about the dress. Like, you had problems. Like, what's going on? So I told him the problems I had with the dress. He was like, okay, is it a time that you want to bring it back? And I was like, no. I said, well, I was like, I don't know. You're going to have to talk to my mother. Because when we told him that we was not feeling the dress, right? We made an appointment, y'all. We made an appointment to go to him to fix the dress. And so my mother wasn't feeling it because she was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little off. This is that and the third. But May 11th, I was like, I sent him messages about what needs to be fixed. I sent him pictures. I was like, it just wasn't eating. Like, it just looked bulky. The thing I did try to add a headscarf because I was like, I don't know. I was trying to add a headscarf because I was like, it's just off. Like, the whole dress is off. And I need something to, like, help me make it look good or something like that. So I sent him a headscarf. But that was doing too much. That was me doing too much. So, yeah, but he was like, hello, how are you? You can drop off the dress tomorrow or best on Sunday, which is when I'll be able to fix it up to you. Which, that's what he said, May 16th. Y'all, the prom was May 26th. So,
yo, so I'm editing a video right now, and I realized that it wasn't making no sense of what I was saying. But basically what I was trying to say was that, because I jumped it. So basically what I was saying was that when I originally told him that the dress wasn't looking right, we made an appointment. He wound up, like, blowing us off. He told us to play it by ear, so we played it by ear. I texted him. I was like, oh, tell me when you're ready. We'll still come. And he never said nothing to me, this, that, and the third. Like, he just never opened his mouth and said nothing. And then he finally texted me, but I never replied because we already went to West. And so that's when the whole situation with West happened. And then that's when he called my phone like, oh, I don't want nobody fixing my dress. Just come and I'll fix it for real. And this is stuff. That's, yeah.
it's a day and time or whatever to come get the dress fixed. So we was like, okay, cool. So then he was like, well, play it by ear because I will be at the shop. I said, okay. I was calling him and all of that stuff. The day he was supposed to fix it, he never fixed it. So that was on him. So I had to go. That's when we started to find other people because he just ghosted me. You feel me? For days. So I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, back to the West part though. So he called me or whatever after I left West and it was just like, I don't want nobody else putting their hands on my dress or fixing my work. I want to fix it myself. And he was like, I understand that you weren't very happy. I try to do something different, and I don't like it when my customers aren't happy. And he was like, I really didn't appreciate that you had somebody else call me, and I understand that I would probably like my tone was kind of like real rude and ignorant, and I apologize to that person. I apologize for that, but I really don't want nobody else fixing my dress. And I was like, well, you're gonna have to talk to my mom because, yeah, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not bringing this dress back to you because you gave attitude. You started saying like, oh, I don't know why everybody keep calling me about this dress. Da, 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 da. Like, you knew that dress was not eating. You knew that. But you still, but you did what you wanted to do. You consistently ignored us, made us wait days for responses, had us at your house. You weren't there. It's just like a whole bunch of bad business. Nobody wants to work with somebody who don't know how to manage their own business. You don't need to be owning no business if you don't know how to manage it. Simple. Very much simple. And this is why people say what they say about black-owned businesses. Wesley wound up ghosting me too, because I guess he didn't want to fix the dress or whatever, or didn't want to like make beef or whatever the case may be. I don't really know what that case was, but he wound up ignoring me too. So me and my aunt, we went to a tailor, so because we had no other choice. I had no choice. Like, it's like prom is 3 days away now, so I'm like, okay, let's try to get him cut or something. Like, let's try to get the feathers off. So we go to a tailor. We was like, y'all take the feathers off. And they was looking like, I don't know if we could take the feathers off. And so she was like, so my aunt was like, I think we could just cut them. And she was like, you got scissors? She said, yeah. So we tried to cut it, and we cut off one of the feathers. And she was like, yeah, do that at home. And we was like, now what if we wanted to pay you to take them off? And she was like, yeah, just do it at home. You gotta just do it at home. And my aunt was like, we're trying to pay you to fix a dress, and you're telling us to take it home. So we was like, okay. So we sat in the car. Me and my aunt, we sat in the car, and she just took out all the feathers. I'm going to insert those pictures too. But we sat in the car, and we just took all the pictures off. And then when I'm looking at the dress, and I started seeing more shit. So where he was like, I guess stitching it at the bottom of my dress, it's like a bulk of just the thread or whatever just sitting there. I'm gonna insert all these pictures, y'all, because it's just bad. And so I was like, you know what, I don't even care no more about this dress. Like, I just wanted to get it over with. So we just took the feathers off. We kept the applique on and everything else, and it did not look that bad after we took it off. But at the same time, the piece still looked tacky to me. But I still posted my pictures on all of that. If y'all want to go see my pictures is on my Instagram at Ny'lin. Will be in the description box below. But yeah, I still posted the pictures and all that other stuff. After prom, my dress fell apart. It fell apart. It was too tight. My dress kept coming undone. Mind y'all, it was no back piece. What we also talked about the dress, he said he's going to put a piece up here and then put something that I can tie it in the back so that my boobs don't go nowhere or nothing like that. He never did that. He never had no finger loop. He said he always had finger loops to his dress. He didn't do that either. So my dress kept falling apart. It kept unhooking. The back of my dress ripped. I'm gonna enter all these pictures. The back of my dress kept ripped. What else? The part, it came up, the applique part, it was ripping up too. And I'm like, I just don't, like, I still have the dress in my closet because I probably can, like, use it for something. I don't know what I'm using for because I can't sell it. I can't do nothing with it. But yeah, and then my aunt, she went to her hairdresser a couple days, like, after prom. She called my phone and was like, girl, I got something to tell you more tea about Michael. I said, what's going on? She was like, she was getting her hair done. She was talking to her hairdresser about my situation. And somebody else who was there, she was like, oh, she had got a dress. Her whole dress fell apart at the end of her prom by him. And I was like, mine did too. And then another girl, she was like, her daughter got a dress from him for her birthday. They spent a cool $1,800 or $1,900 on the dress, and he never made the dress. And the daughter was highly upset. The daughter was very upset and very mad because her she had no backup dress. She didn't know what to do, and she had to just what she wound up doing was somebody went to Macy's, picked out a couple dresses, and told her she had to pick one. But she was very upset because they spent all that money on a dress and he didn't have it ready. And he told them, like, oh, he was so sorry, and this is that and the third. And he only sent them back $1,000. I'm gonna need my whole refund because you didn't make no fucking dress. Give me my money. $1,900. If you don't, y'all be geeking. I do not care. Like, my mother's too nice too. Like, I was saying the whole time, I said we need to get money back. We need to get money back. She was like, no. I'm like, no, we need to get money back. We need to get money back. Like, my aunt too, she said, y'all need to get money back. My godmother, y'all need to get money back. That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody wants to play games with people no more. Like, y'all are too much grown. Y'all is 30 in y'all 40s, late 20s. Y'all are too grown. Like, if you're gonna have a business, you better know how to manage it. This is for everybody who follows the glam box, who think they want to go get their, whose prom's coming up next year, all that other stuff. Do not go to the glam box in Baltimore. If anybody say, oh, you could go to this person, the glam box, they named Michael, do not go. I'm saying it now. He procrastinates too much. You might not get your dress. You might get your dress. You might not. You might get your dress the day before. Might not like it. He might put something on the dress and be like, here you go. We'll figure it out. And then he charges way too much for him to get these shitty-ass jobs. Absolutely not. So with that being said, y'all will be saying, if y'all follow my mother, my godmother, any of these people, y'all probably do some of y'all. Well, so most of y'all follow my mother, which is weird, but they're going to be saying stuff too. They're going to be adding him. I'm going to be adding him too when I post it on my story. Like, he's getting added, everything. Because y'all need, like, he needs to understand, like, you do not play with people's money. You don't do that. Some other people may not say nothing, but I'm going to say something because this is not good business. You feel me? But that's it for today's video. I'll catch y'all in another video. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you share this with your friends as well. And tell them to subscribe and just support. You feel me? Follow me on all of my socials. Description box below, y'all. Go follow me. And I'll see you in the next video.